So I've been planning on making a Zenyatta video for like a long time, and my running joke was going to be about how Zenyatta is about as durable as a wet piece of toilet paper because he had 150 health and couldn't move for shit. But now that Blizzard buffed him, I feel like I can't even... No, wait, I can still make that joke. Despite the fact that his health was buffed to 200, the same as the prodigal son Genji, praise be upon him, he's still really fragile because both of his basic abilities don't give him any mobility or defensive power, and his base movement speed is about as fast as a malfunctioning Segway. Now don't get me wrong, with the changes to his base health and his ulti, which I'll get into later, I think Zenyatta is actually in a really good spot right now, but that doesn't change the fact that you need the patience of a fucking Shaolin monk to play this character without getting frustrated. In all honesty, I think Blizzard made a mistake when naming Zenyatta. Instead of Zenyatta, it should have been Yatta Zen. Like, you ought to be zen as fuck if you're gonna play this character. I'm here all week. Because, nobody else wants me. Zenyatta's total vitality is made up of two components, his HP, which is 50, and his shield, which is 150. The shield regenerates over time outside of combat, and should be thought of as the only thing separating you from a 600-pound gorilla with HIV. If it breaks, you better pull the fuck out, because otherwise you're gonna die. Zenyatta's R2 causes him to telepathically launch his orbs of destruction, which are metal spheres roughly the size of elephant testicles. This attack has a pretty good rate of fire, does decent damage, and doesn't fall off over distance, so it actually helps Zenyatta do a good amount of damage for a healer. Though I have to admit, considering Zenyatta's whole shtick is peace and tranquility, I find it kind of bizarre that this primary weapon is used to fracture the enemy's fucking skull. Couldn't he have just, like, shot out good vibes or something? Zenyatta's L2 isn't anything too fancy, but I honestly think it's one of the coolest and most satisfying moves in the entire game. He can charge up to 5 orbs at once and release them all in a single volley, doing up to 230 damage without headshots. Overall, the DPS on your standard attack is higher, so you want to use that when you're face to face, but this move is incredibly useful when sniping enemies and when popping around corners for extra bursts of damage. It's also fucking hilarious to one-shot people as they walk into the base for the first time. Zenyatta's R1 is Orb of Harmony, and it's what helps distinguish him from other telepathic sociopaths. Well, that and the fact that he can levitate. Kinda. You can place the orb on teammates to heal them, and you can switch it around without any cooldowns. It's usually best suited for tanks who have a large health pool and they can really utilize the heal, though you should definitely try to put it on low health targets as well. Just realize that it's not going to negate any burst, and the healing isn't quite as fast as other characters. Zenyatta's L1 is Orb of Discord, and it's basically like passing on your own neurotic fragility onto the opponent. No, I will not take a round of antibiotics just because I took a swim in Rio. And now I have Giardia. Whoever you mark with this orb takes increased damage, though it was recently nerfed to compensate for his buff to his ult and his health. Previously, the orb caused targets to take 50% more damage, so if you're going to do 46 damage, which is Zenyatta's basic attack, and you multiply it by 1.5, you get 92 damage, which is a lot for a support. Okay, so my associates have recently informed me that you would actually do 69 damage. I am not very good at math. But after the nerf, it only does 1.3 damage. So if you take 1.3 and multiply it by 46, you get, fuck this shit. I'm becoming a stripper. The move is still really strong even after the nerf though, and it can help you win 1v1s that would otherwise be impossible, or it can help you and your team cut through an enemy tank with ease. Zenyatta's ulti is Transcendence, and it's basically like jumping in a go-kart and getting star power. Transcendence makes you immortal, heal nearby allies for 300 health a second, and after the recent buffs, it makes you move faster than a fucking Olympic sprinter. This ult is great for teamfights because you can basically block all incoming damage and even negate enemy ultimates. Just keep in mind that you're the only one who's actually immortal, and huge bursts of damage will still go through and kill everyone else.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
The key to having a great ulti is trying to find the balance between using it for absolutely no fucking reason and holding on to it forever because you're too afraid to fuck it up. I had the perfect chance here to save everyone, but I was too much of a fucking coward and didn't want to waste my ulti and look like an idiot. And we all died. Overall, in my scrub opinion, I think Zenyatta's pretty good, and I think he's a lot of fun too. He has a lot of aspects that help him fit into almost any team composition, and with the recent buffs, he's not nearly as frustrating to play anymore. Yeah, you still have to watch out for headshots, but I mean, that's basically every character. You're just a little bit slower than others. So if you don't mind his overall fragility, I think he's definitely worth trying out. And that's all, folks. I'm gonna go drink some tea and treat my Giardia. See you in the next video. Later.